Hello, hello. I didn't quite finish. I already see I stitched too far up with my windows on the tower. Oh yeah, did you go to the very top? Because you're gonna wanna take those out. I was just gonna finish just like this. I had somebody ask a question yesterday about doing like a curved line, so I'm gonna do that here in a minute. But I didn't quite get that done. Yesterday was too busy, but I have time today, so I'll do it. Just wait a minute, see if we can get some more people on with us. Good morning. I went to where you put your finger, so I guess I'm good. Oh yeah. Yeah, if you just went to this like curved line, you're totally fine. That's where I'm gonna go to. Somebody asked yesterday about doing the satin stitch with a curved line, so I just wanted to show that in case anybody else was wondering or worried about it. But yeah, you're good if you made it to that line. Okay, so I'm gonna start with that and then we will move over to the front part of the house. Okay, so just like you're doing a regular satin stitch, when you're like working on a curved line, oh, hold on. You just want to keep your stitches on this line. So, when we're going over, instead of going like over, hold on, I gotta tilt that. Sorry, it's a little shadowy, but we're just gonna go onto that same line. So it'll slowly start to make a little bit of an arch. If you didn't make an arch, if you just made this straight, that's totally fine as well. It's not gonna make that big of a difference, really. So then I'm just, every time I go up a row, I just stay on that curved line. So these stitches will just slowly get shorter and shorter. Like that. But if you did it straight, don't worry about it. You don't need to redo it or anything. Okay. So there's that little arch. I kind of tried to do it down here too, but it didn't work as well. But I'm not concerned. Okay. So today we're gonna finish out with the same colors we were using yesterday and finish the siding and then do some of the deck. So we're gonna work here, here, and then down here. Let me just get some more thread in my needle. So I'm gonna use the same, I'm gonna use 6 strands. I'm gonna use 3 of the white and 3 of the 05. Oops, let's see. All right. So we're gonna do the same thing. We're just gonna work around all of our spaces. So I'm just gonna make sure this is drawn because it wasn't super straight. So I'm just gonna make sure my lines are where I want them to be. Like this curves in a little bit, so I'm just gonna straighten that out. Because I want to make sure I get my window shape that I want. Okay, so I've got my knot at the end. I'm gonna start on this side so that my knots are over here. Oh, one more. I'm just gonna draw. Make sure that line is nice and straight. Okay, so I'm gonna start down here and then I'll go back up. So when we're working around different shapes, we just want to make sure that we're just staying on our lines so that we keep that shape. As soon as you go off your line, it'll start to get a little messy. That's like pulling apart. So I'm still using these same holes over here. Like these same ones that I used for the tower. So that they'll line up nicely. I wonder if I can, I'll just zoom in a little bit. And keeping this nice diagonal line. Okay, I'm just gonna do one more tiny stitch down here. We'll move up here and start next to the window. Oops. Bit of a knot. I ran out of time to work on this yesterday, so I didn't quite finish all my satin stitching, but I will get it done today while my youngest is at preschool. Okay, see, I'm already off my line. That's all jaggedy. I'm gonna draw a new line. Let's see from right here. So I can stay on that one. Hello. I don't know how much of this you want to watch me do on camera. I think I might just do, well, no, because I have to move down. We've got time. I don't need to rush it. Okay. Sorry, it's a little bit the same as yesterday, so I don't have a whole lot to say about it. It's my favorite day of the week, though. I really like Mondays and Tuesdays. Like getting back to a schedule, and then my 4-year-old has preschool on Tuesdays and Fridays. But on Fridays, my older two are home. They don't have school on Fridays. They do home, or the school does like remedial help on Fridays, so they could like go in and do like extra reading or extra math stuff if they need help with that, or they do they call it field work. Instead of field trips, they do field work. They go and they'll, like this year my son is learning about like erosion and stuff, and so they went to some wind caves. Okay, so I'm not gonna do this big long one yet. I'm gonna go ahead and just go and do this middle part next. But anyway, so their Fridays are just like, they have stuff that they have to do at home, like reading and math and stuff, and then, or they go into the school and do stuff. So Fridays, my older two are home, and my little one is at school. So Tuesdays are nice. It's the only day that I'm kid-free during the day, so it's good. I tend to just stay at home and enjoy the quiet. I went and ran errands yesterday. See, I'm off again on this one. Just gonna make that a little bit wider right there. I almost always keep my writing utensil like near. I feel like my guides, like when I draw a pattern on fabric, I'm always like, this is just a guide. Like I kind of do whatever I want once I get my needle going. Kind of just turns into a whatever I want. But this will also, like the window panes will kind of cover up the wonky edges. So I'm not super concerned about if things aren't lining up exactly right. Oh, we're almost there. I'm gonna do one more. And then I'll come over here. Let's see, I'm gonna do this straight one first. And I'll come back and do like this one is just gonna go some of the way to this point. And then to the point. Donna, your question that you asked yesterday about the curve. If you go rewatch this video, at the very beginning, I went ahead and did this like on screen so that you could see it. So if you haven't done that yet and want to watch that, go back and watch that, you can. Okay, whoops, that's not straight. This is not very straight over here, friends. I need to tilt this a little. That's the only hard thing with stitching on camera is like, it is hard to see what I'm doing. Sometimes. Okay, so we're almost done. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna do the rafters before I do like this above, because I think it'll be, well, let's see. Yeah, because I want to be able to see this line. So I'm just gonna leave this as is for now and come down here. And then when we do the deck and the rafters are gonna be the same color. So we're gonna go ahead and do the siding down here so we can keep this color, and then we'll do the rafters and the deck, okay? So I am going to leave this thread back here so that I can do like the little bit up top. So what I'm gonna do is, just so it stays out of the way, I'm just gonna weave it into here so it doesn't get tangled up in my other stuff, but it's right here so I can use it in a minute, because I don't wanna have to tie that off just to put more in there. So that's hiding up there for a minute while we do some more. Whoop. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and come down here and do our siding. I keep telling myself it's a haunted house, the crookeder the better. Exactly. We are not worried about crooked. And the great thing about houses is you can do details to cover stuff up. Like, it's not gonna be a big deal, because we'll do, like on this edge, this is where a post is gonna be. So like this edge of the house is gonna get covered up. So if that line's not straight, it's not gonna be a problem, because we'll just cover it up. So there is no need to worry. Like, a lot of it will get covered up. So, I mean, not like the whole thing, but like the edges. So this is a good way to practice getting like really nice, clean lines. But if they're not, it's not gonna be the end. Okay, one more. I hope that's two. I need a third. There we go. So I'm just pulling those apart like usual. My big long strings. Okay. And I'm wearing a sweater, so like everything is getting stuck to my sleeves. It's a little chilly. It was like 55 degrees when I sent my kids out the door this morning to school. Okay. The problem is getting these to line up so they go in at the same time. Okay, so I don't know why I didn't draw it, but this is supposed to have a deck like to here. So we have, so this line is our, like where we're gonna have our railing. So the deck just goes out to here, and then it's gonna go here. But I didn't draw that when I was drawing out my patterns, so I'm not sure why I didn't do that. So we're just gonna go like, I mean, we know that that's there, but we're gonna cover it up because that's gonna go on top. So we didn't really have to draw this railing, but it's there now. So, and then same with these right here, like our pillars, those are gonna get covered up too. But so we know that they're there. That's where they're going. Okay, let me just straighten this line a little bit. My door is a little bit crooked. Okay, anything else I wanted that to be crooked on purpose. Okay. All right, here we go. So we're gonna start, I'm gonna start here. And we're just gonna do some more satin stitch. How fun is that? And we're just going to work around all these different shapes and obstacles. Oops. I turned on my heater for the first time yesterday. Felt so good. I love the changing of the seasons. But I woke up in the middle of the night last night and was so cold. I had to turn it on last night too. Even with like my big warm blanket on my bed, I was chilled. Oop. Fall is my favorite, and I'm so ready for it. We have had a warm and muggy summer. I really love fall as well. I wish it was colder here. High of 97, East Bay, California. Oh yeah, that's warm. But how hot was it over the summer? That's the other question. But Utah, we get all 4 seasons, so we had a really hot summer. But it's finally starting to like cool down. It gets hot in the afternoons still. I think it was like, I don't know what the temperature yesterday. Spring is still my favorite though. I love when it first starts to warm up. Fall is my second favorite when it starts to cool down. Here in northern Utah, you get all 4 seasons in a day sometimes. Yeah, I put a sweater on my youngest when I put him on the bus. But I doubt he'll be wearing it when he comes home. It'll warm up. I'm excited to do these details. I'm like already looking forward to adding details. We're in the boring stages right now. Gotta get the base down first. So we are not going to satin stitch in these triangles. You could, but I think because we're going to do lazy daisies in them, and so I think it'll make it a little bit more difficult if you do. I'm not going to say don't. Sorry, I joined late. Are you using the same color combo as yesterday? Yeah. Yep, same colors. Let's see. Yeah, same color combo. As we finish, we're not using quite as much as I thought we would. I thought for sure we'd have to start a second skein of thread, but now that I'm looking at it, I don't think we're gonna. So I'm sorry if you bought 2 and now you have extra and you don't know what you're gonna do with it. I apologize. Okay, so we're at the bottom of this one. We're gonna go all the way over across the top of these windows and end over here. Okay, so we're underneath those two and up above that's gonna be the only one because the rest are gonna be, yeah. Okay, so I ended here, so I'm just gonna come up here and do this little space, and then I'll come do this space. And I'm using these same holes as the tower. Oh, those are getting crooked. All right. Okay, I'm gonna come up here and do the same. Almost there. I think one more, and we will finish off this piece of thread too. Awesome. Perfect timing. There we go. So we're just gonna tie that off. Look at the back of this. It's a lot of thread, people. All right. Got these two pieces left. Kind of a mess here. Are you excited to use a new color? We're almost done with these, and then we'll use some brown. It's gonna get real exciting. Okay. So, because of how the window and the shutters are gonna fit together, I'm not gonna do any siding stitches in between the windows and the shutters because I think that it'll just look too messy. We'll just cover it up with like when we outline these. So I'm just gonna go ahead and do over here and then down to here and then up this other side. So I'm not gonna do anything in the middle here because I think that that will not be worth it. Okay, so this one is crooked, so I'm gonna do one in here. And then I'll go to the corner. Pulled up some of that thread from the knot. Okay. We just want to stay on that line of the door and the window. What time is it? 10:30. Okay. I think I might end this at the bottom of the window so that we can do the deck and the rafters. Oh, see, I'm missing spaces in there. I gotta go fill that in. Doing them too far apart. I just don't want to go over an hour, and I want to make sure I show you what we're doing with the other stuff. Oops. All right. Okay. So, so with these ones, we're just gonna go all the way across to here, because this line is gonna be the banister, and then we're gonna have a column here. So those will just go over these stitches. So with these ones down here, you're just gonna do them straight across. Okay, like that. And then we're gonna go back up this side as well. I'm actually gonna do a couple right here to fill this in so that this can be crooked. Yeah, like that. Okay. And then, so just kind of fill in this space as needed. Like this window is up a little bit, or this shutter, I mean, is up a little bit from the window. Okay. Yeah. Do we feel good about continuing on if I do the deck next? This one's a long one and it's gonna be in my way, so I am gonna tie it off and start a new one. Or, yeah, so I can change colors. Okay. I don't want that to get in my way. Okay. I left my threads over by my desk. Hang on one second. Okay. So we've got scoot my chair in. Okay, so for the wood, I'm planning on 3862 and 840. I'm gonna do another mixture. Okay. So I already have some cut, so I'm gonna try and use this first. It's a little bit twisted up. How many do I have here? 3? Awesome. I think I have 3 of this one too. My little scrap pieces. Oh, I've got 4. So if you're ever gonna pull just one, if you do this and you can just pull it right out, and then it kind of bunches up down there, but it'll just even right out. Okay. So I'm gonna keep with my 6. So if you did 4 for your siding, do that. Hold on, I have one of these is longer than the other. Okay. So we are going to stay, we're going to go at an angle with this one so that it follows this over here. So I'm going to start down here. No, I'm going to start up here. I'm just going to have a lot of other things going on right here, so I don't want to have a knot there. So that first one, I'm just going to follow this line, and then each of my stitches after will just keep on that same angle. But we're going to stay on this straight line here. That's the edge. Oh, I think I have a knot there. Come on. That's where I started at the first, so there's a knot. I have to work around. There we go. Okay, so we have that going on. So we're just gonna go all along the front. We'll put this in when we get to it. So that'll go over the top when we do our stairs. So when you're coming up where there's already stitches, just be careful that you're not grabbing those because it will pull your threads. So kind of come up at an angle, or start at the bottom, like down here, and then go under when you go down. Because snagged threads are not fun. Draw, whoops, this line a little better. There we go. So we're going to do this for the rafters as well, just this same color. And like an angle as well. When I'm doing a lot of satin stitch, I like to make sure I'm doing different angles so that it all doesn't just like blend in together, and it'll give it a little bit of different like texture and a different look. Because can you imagine if we had all of our lines going horizontal like our siding? It just wouldn't be quite as interesting to look at. You can do it if you feel it, because short satin stitches are not as much fun. But I don't think it makes it quite as interesting to look at that way. And we want our work to be interesting. Almost out of this thread. When I run out, I'll go undo the top. 10:40. Got a little time still. The angle keeps getting off. So I'm doing these ones further apart and these ones closer together to try and get that angle back. Thread is almost gone. One or two more stitches. Oh. Okay, we're done. We don't want to be doing that. Just pull out that last one. So sometimes I'll also just pull these like this and then tie a knot with each side having half the threads. And I usually double or triple knot it, because I don't want to thread the needle just to tie a knot. That does not interest me at all. Okay, let me get some more brown and we will do our rafters. Okay. So we've got our 840 still. And our 3862. When I'm doing wood, I like to use at least two, but I usually use 3 different colors so that it kind of looks like a wood grain. This one is really subtle. Sometimes I'll mix like a darker one in there or a lighter one, just so we kind of get that feeling of wood with all the different colors in there. Because we know wood is not just one color. It generally has a few different shades, right? Oh, my thread is sticking to my sweater sleeves. Okay. Get these together. Okay, so we've got rafters here and here. So we're gonna do them the same. I'm going to just do one and then let you do the other one on your own. So I'll show you how to do one and then we'll call it a day. Tomorrow I'm planning on brick stitch. So we'll do like down here and our roof. Okay, so with this one, we want to keep this angle here. So I'm going to start here. Nope, I'm going to start up here because I like working from the top to the bottom. I don't know why. Okay, so we're going to get this angle here. And that's what we're going to work with. And then I want to stay on this line. So then I can do, remember I have that thread in the back. So I can do like my last line of siding. Okay, so that's it. Just like the way we were doing the deck, and just keep it at an angle. You can use these same holes that you used for the gables. To help keep that, we'll probably put on a gutter, but in case you don't want a gutter. How are we feeling? Second day of satin stitch. Oops, one's not gotta go in between there. It's too big of a gap. How's your satin stitch looking? Is it looking better the more you do? The only problem with those knots in the back is they're all over, and then they keep pulling threads to the front. I've got a knot right there. Are you feeling confident you can finish this on your own? This little part? I'll post in my stories again, like what to finish and then what to plan on for tomorrow for stitches and colors. I meant to do that yesterday too for today, but I forgot. Then you can be prepared, because we're gonna get some color on here with our bricks. Brick is another one that I like to use. Oops, that one was a really big angle. That I like to use a lot of color for, like blending colors, because pretty rarely is brick all the same. Maybe not rarely, but. All right, a few more stitches. I'm gonna set you loose. And then I'm gonna sit at my desk and finish this up without chatting to myself. Okay. So normally I would cut a string, and I don't normally pull things across to other areas, but because all of this is going to be covered, I'm just going to not tie this off and pull my thread over to here to start. So this angle is going to go like this. Oh, can you see that? It's a little off screen. I'm sorry. So I'm going to pull my thread from here over to here, and then this is the angle over here. So I'll just get you started, and then yeah. So that's the angle on this one. Okay. Feeling good? We ready? All right. So tomorrow, same time, 10 a.m. I do have an extra kid on Wednesdays, so I'm just going to apologize in advance. He's kind of a chatter. He's also glued to my side child. He really likes to just stay by me. So it might be loud tomorrow with a lot of questions from a cute little 3-year-old. But anyways, I will share on the stories what to finish up, and I will see you tomorrow. Thanks for joining. Bye.